Hello, Professor Miller, and today I'll be exploring the leadership and life story of the visionary leader and innovator, Elon Musk. To start off, I've divided the leader across three different attributes here. That being that a leader has the ability to guide and influence as well as inspire others towards a common goal. They've been able to also become effective leaders that create a vision and motivate others to create a positive change within their environment. And also that the three different types of leaders can range from transactional, transformational, and servant leadership. Something that I think is key to understanding an individual and evaluating them whether or not they're a great leader is understanding how they respond in the face of challenges. And we can see that through the four bullet points here, that being the balancing the short-term results with long-term goals. The appeasement of stakeholders and upper level management is always going to be a challenge faced by middle management. And this is something that I think is very keen on understanding while going through this presentation, as we're going to be navigating the uncertainty and rapid change that's going to be associated with these markets, that being kind of primarily the AI, space exploratory, and automotive markets, with the keen interest on trust and transparency as in all challenging times, while also balancing such diverse teams with varied perspectives on the issues at hand. Now, I've classified Musk as a transformative leader. That being so, he's been able to foster collaboration and innovation in all industries he's been associated with, while also establishing very effective means of communication. And we can see that through his involvement on both the international stage and the political stage, that being that he's been able to kind of communicate and convey his message and his vision to all different types of subordinates, whether they're just employees or people that stalk his Twitter a little bit too much. And that leads into kind of his ability to adapt to upcoming challenges and show truly feats of strength, especially when we face challenges that we'll be going over later, where he's been able to incorporate corporate turnarounds, social movements, and technological revolutions, where at hand others have definitely and most prominently failed in the past. And it's truly inspiring to see how he's been able to maneuver through all these different factors in the modern day. As an early life and education background for Musk, he was born on June 28th, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa, as indicated here just to the northwest of the map. His mother, Mae Musk, was a model and dietitian, and his father, Earl Musk, an engineer. This early upbringing would be marked by his early interest in technology and computing, where he would later sell his first video game, Blastar, that he would solely develop for a local video game developer in South Africa at the age of 12 for just $500. Transitioning into his early adult life, he would begin a journey into North America as he would move to Canada at the age of 17 due to two key factors, that primarily being that he would want to avoid the mandatory military service that was accompanying this time of South Africa, as well as the pursuit of higher education. As he had completed his primary education, he would later enroll at University of Ontario, and then after studying about a year and a half at that location, he would transfer to the University of Pennsylvania, where he would dual major in physics and economics. Musk's early entrepreneurial ventures are saturated with success, and it's truly key to kind of zone in on this early start, as it would truly showcase the absolute brilliance that he would have. It's starting in 1995, where he would co-found Zip2 Corporation with his brother. It would later be sold to Compaq in 1999 for $307 million. Rolling off that success, he would start a company called X, a financial services management platform, would be created and then later renamed PayPal after a merger. 3 years later from that, PayPal would be noticed as such an industry changing tool. It would be acquired by PayPal in 2002 for $1.5 billion. Now rolling into truly the start of Elon Musk's career, or at least more prominent career as we know him today, with the founding of SpaceX in 2002, primarily from a $100 million lump sum from the PayPal sale. It was created with a keen vision to reduce space transformation costs and enable Mars colonization, with the proof of concepts Falcon rockets and Starship program coming out in 2008 and 2009. And in 2012, SpaceX would become the first private company to dock a spacecraft at the International Space Station. These were all slow-moving technology developments, but those that were happening in an industry that was in decline. So what we really want to highlight here is just kind of his ability to face an industry that was seeing budget cuts at this point, but due to the Obama administration in the mid 2000s, seeing reduction in contributions to the federal budget to NASA. We see space exploration, especially post collapse of the Soviet Union, has not really become an international focus anymore, and it kind of goes into a sidestep profile where we would see Elon maneuver over into more kind of developing markets, that being the renewable market or the EV market, the clean energies market. He would join Tesla in 2004 as an investor and take over as CEO in 2008 as the company transitioned from a design development company into a mass manufacturing company. This would take place between 2008 and 2015. Key areas of manufacturing be opened up for Tesla, and in 2013, the company faced serious bankruptcy allegations. So much so that it was rumored that Tesla was to be sold to Google until the Model S miraculously was able to become profitable over that year's holiday season. And this was just due to the initial shock of the supply chains for the EV market, the battery cell manufacturing methods, and the industries required to support these chains, logistical supply chains, were not developed or matured just enough yet. So just as the company really got to experience that the maturity of the production and the efficiency rates, it was able to produce a profitable product. And we've been able to also see this through the other innovative electric vehicles that we see now today, that being the Roadster, Model S, Y, the Model 3, the Cybertruck, the Semi, many, many more. We've been able to see these successes in all sorts of different variations and applicable packages that, it's truly intuitive. So moving on to the focused and sustainable energy of solar power and battery storage management, Tesla has taken a key interest into these ventures. Now it's the trillion-dollar value company. It's become a key figure in the global EV revolution. And as of 2023, just a bit of a fun fact here, the Tesla Model Y was the most sold car. So despite other competitors such as BYD over in China claiming a more prominent role in the international stage, Tesla has still been able to retain its absolute dominance within the EV market. And as a result of this dominance, or at least this evaluation of dominance that's seen from an outside perspective, we can see that Tesla was pivoted from a automobile manufacturing company to a full-scale technology developer. And he's been able to do this from creating the company into just a sole visionary company to a multifaceted organization. And what I mean by that was that it's been able to create entire centers of manufacturing that are entirely central and local, which have now been nicknamed gigafactories, to help scale the production of EVs. And with this scaling of production, we've been able to see associated and supplementary products into the market, such as the other energy storage management products, the Powerwall, PowerPack, and Megapack, all scaling from personal use to modular and infrastructure use. So truly, it is fascinating to see how quickly and how rapidly Tesla has been able to scale all of its technologies strictly through the use of its mass manufacturing centers. Other key advancements have been the autonomous driving sector, where the full self-driving, the robotaxi have all been just recently released. So just these key innovations that other competitors have no answer for is truly what's kind of defined the Tesla mentality, that they have been able to apply themselves to a higher level of competition that just no one's really at yet. Leading into that, we see the AI and robotics investments with the development of Tesla Bot Optimus and the supercomputers required for other neural networks that are working within tandem of Tesla, that being the company Neuralink having heavy involvement, as well as SolarCity, two companies that we'll later touch on, have had multiple kind of contributory successes within Tesla organization itself. And as mentioned, to kind of reiterate the fact that we now have SpaceX and Tesla throughout the early 2000s here, we also see that Elon was not solely focused on these two entities. He would also venture out and pursue management of a few other companies, these primarily being SolarCity, where he would create a solar energy management company that he would help leverage his energy distribution networks across localized manufacturing. So in areas of hotspot demand that he was not able to previously accommodate, he would develop these centers himself, that being in Berlin, Nevada, Texas, New York, Fremont, and Shanghai. And then later his involvement with Neuralink, kind of breaking the barrier out of technology, manufacturing, automotive into biomedical technology. So a very interesting pivot there. And his involvement with the Boring Company, a subterranean infrastructure development company, which he would have, or at least has the vision of creating subterranean transportation networks for mass logistics and supply chains, and his acquisition of Twitter, which is most commonly associated with the feat of rebranding as X and the total reduction of 80% of its workforce. Now, do I think that a predatory and heavy-handed leader is one that is always best? No. But I do want to indicate here some of his more controversial successes, which have been now defined as a net success. But, having the mindset of the means or the ends justify the means is not always an acceptable ideology. And it's something that he's been able to straddle very well, I believe. And then just there, the quick note that he's been able to post about 6 days on average for 14 years. He's a very committed individual to wherever he focuses on in his life. So truly something to be regarded with appreciation. And leading out of this appreciation is just the respect of the leadership qualities that he's been able to embrace and both communicate to us as recipients of his behavior and his ideology and knowledge. That primarily being so with his visionary thinking and his ability to set ambitious long-term goals and to meet these deadlines from both risk-taking and balance of hands-on management. He's been able to really create this environment of high standards and resilience within the workplace. And all of these combined, I think, just kind of are able to be identified within that cult-like personality that's seen within companies such as Tesla and SpaceX, where the work is not over until the job is complete. And we can see this throughout the career of Elon. It really gets hammered into him, and it becomes a prominent factor of his personality and his leadership style as he moves through his career. And some more factors here that I really think kind of encompass the full character that he has become in modern society, and his abilities are truly astounding. Kind of key factor here is the ability that he's been able to expand his net worth by 15,300% in the past 2 decades. That's no easy feat, and I could probably do that on a week-to-week basis, just given out the fact that from zero that's in my bank account to the next paycheck is a pretty darn good increase, and that's going to be whatever percent, whatever 1,000% increase that in of itself. But the scale that he's been able to achieve this at is truly remarkable. That being that he was evaluated at $2 billion in 2004. No small feat in of itself. As of 2024, he was evaluated at $308 billion. That is something that is truly remarkable and should be annotated as a feat of itself. And he's been able to continuously lead multiple ventures across different technology areas, driving innovation. We saw that over at Neuralink, and now we see it with co-founding ChatGPT in 2015 through the company OpenAI, and then now founding xAI in 2013, and already having mass supercomputers in development. So already we see this continuous focus of what's ahead, just looking ahead, and then having the ability to correctly customize and commit to the appropriate venture. So in conclusion, for the sake of this presentation, I hope you were to kind of more solely focus on, I would like to define his ability, or at least his life, as unafraid and willing to face the unknown. And that's mainly through his ability to balance the 5 qualities that we saw there at the end, his ability to balance the risk-taking, the management strategies, his abilities, and his overall ability to absorb knowledge is truly remarkable. And I think what helps create the visionary leader and innovator that we know today. And with his legacy spanning from energy, transportation, and space exploration, and now technology, it is truly a remarkable story that he's been able to share with the world up until this time, and it's truly remarkable to see what is next. And I am at least excited to see what is next from Mr. Musk. And just as an end note here, I would just like to say thank you, Professor Miller. Thank you for letting me submit this assignment as a bit of an alternative setup. I did have a bit of an issue here getting I couldn't get the cam to work with my desktop here, but I was trying to record within tandem here. I gave up yesterday, so apologies in the late submission, but I would just like kind of reiterate here with my last few seconds and just say thank you for the semester. Thank you for working with me on all my assignments, and I wish you the best of luck with your next endeavors. Thank you, sir.